at it. 23 years later, hell yeah, they GC homies down there, bro, and they deep.
In Houston.
And they deep.
So it's safe to say that it's actually both in Houston, HCG and HGC.
I know some homies down there for sure. I know some homies down there. Shout out to my Hersheywood. You know what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to my Hersheywood. Them boys there. Shout out to my Dre. You know what's up? That's my brother. I'm talking about these boys here. Yeah. 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 That's the HCG homies down there on that end.
They not down with complying or changing what they've been doing like 30-some years. I guess you could say Houston, they did. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it right, but you can't say that Fort Worth is doing it wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We all understand, you know what I'm saying, the progress. We all understand the process. We all understand the initial, you know what I'm saying, the initials of what we, you know what I'm saying, or what we repping.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So the whole scenario of Fort Worth, I seen all of the little ranch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I seen the ranch, you know what I'm saying? And I know that ain't speaking from the whole Hoover train. That's coming from certain ones. You feel what I'm saying? So as long as, you know what I'm saying? But the homie connected. The homie connected, homie. You know what I'm saying? So
who?
The homie Kunta.
You are now tuned into the Bob Report.
Yeah, let's get it.
Brother KLuv, how you doing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it do? What it do?
For the people who don't know, ain't nobody never really seen your face before. Oh, okay.
Yeah, some have, some no. Some no, but not on this net. No, sir.
Where you from, KLuv?
Originally from that boot, LP. Goddamn me. Stop6, migrated, young man. Family moved to that city, Fort Worth. Stop6, been in the 6 since we moved in that bit.
Okay.
On the east side.
So growing up in Stop6 in Fort Worth, most people from Stop6 wore the color red. They were Bloods, correct?
No.
Whoa. What do you mean no?
No.
Stop6 is a predominantly Blood neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
KLuv.
Yes, sir.
So that means the
Blood originally predominantly Bloods. Originally, there was original Crips. It's a whole bunch of original homies. You know what I'm saying? Like day ones. You know what I'm saying? That ain't been took through. That don't have the creds. That ain't been shot out. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of day one original Crips from Stop6.
So you saying the majority of America, and for sure the state of Texas knows Stop6, Fort Worth, Texas, Truman to be a Blood neighborhood, but you telling me that originally Crips were in Stop6 before?
For sure. Projects, Jacobville, migrating east, all the way from Projects to Eastwood, from Eastwood to Woodhaven, from Woodhaven. I'm talking about like Meadowbrook, like originally these are the first ones. Yes, sir.
Right. So if there were Crips there before the Bloods were there, you had to be there when the Bloods came.
Originally, yes, sir.
What was Fort Worth like then in Stop6 when the Bloods took their claim in that part of the town?
Did you lose a lot of money sports betting on DraftKings or FanDuel?
Don't want to get too much on what they did, or pretty much, you know what I'm saying, how they took over and how they just, you know, spread it throughout. But overall, I can tell you, you know what I'm saying, just from the inside looking out, because you got a lot of people telling the story from the outside looking in. But I'm going to tell it to you from the inside looking out.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? Like, you got a lot of original Bloods, you know what I mean? They wasn't considered to be put down yet. So they wasn't actually on a set. You feel what I'm saying? They
Bloods.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. They, you know, and that's in every neighborhood, you got your gangs, you got your cliques. And so they had their cliques in school, you know, from Dunbar all the way from the Blackbirds, them boys.
What are Blackbirds, KLuv?
Some of the original. These are some of the original boys that transformed from they click to another set.
Right.
You know, I mean, not from another set, but from they click to a set, to an actual Blood or Crip set.
In Stop6.
In Stop6.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You go ahead.
But a lot of those guys, you know, at the same time, like I say, they wasn't really just they wasn't a part of no cliques, but they all stuck together. Them boys was get money boys, man.
Right.
A lot of them original boys, Zoe, you know what I'm saying, that boy Mancy, that boy Chris Black. You know, I'm just thinking a lot of the big John, you know, these are original boys, you know what I'm saying, from over there off that Truman Land Manor. Them boys was really, you know, Tyrone, you know what I'm saying? Them boys, them original Johnny, them boys, you got these
OG Johnny Blood. Shout out OG Johnny Blood.
Yeah, OG Johnny Blood. Yep. Did some real repping with the homie.
So if Crips were in Stop6 originally, KLuv, but we all know
projects, not
the whole.
Yeah, I don't want.
Oh, okay.
Because see, Stop6 is real big, so I don't want to get it twisted. I can only speak for the projects and where we originated from. We originated in the projects, in Stop6 projects, and we migrated from the projects. We went all east. Anywhere on the east side was my territory. I was on the east, and everybody on the east, from Polly, from goddamn me, like I said, Woodhaven, Eastwood. I'm talking about any loc over there in them neighborhoods at that time. Yeah, I bumped into them and we did it. Yep.
So you can attest that Fort Worth was a gangster city when you were coming up.
Whoo. Well, I can give it to you my way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the funk was what it was. The funk was really what it was. I'm talking about as far as in gang banging, you know, and I learned later that San Antonio got banging first. That's what I learned later, not through a DJ Quick song, but actually after I got locked up, I ran into a lot of homies from San Antonio. Shout out to that boy Dre. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that boy C-Wack, all them boys over there from ETG.
When you say first, what you mean first? Like, what you mean first? What, got the cripping first?
Who?
In San Antonio?
San Antonio, yes, sir. Yes, sir. San Antonio was banging way before we was. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. San Antonio was banging way before Fort Worth, before any part of Texas. San Antonio was banging, bro.
For Houston, all of that.
Any other state in the state of Texas, San Antonio was banging. Crips, ABC, Altadena block. There's some homies up there, ABC. Shout out to y'all boys. Y'all know who I am, Clack from 6-0. Up there out of San Antonio. All these boys from San Antonio. Gang. Real talk. Gang.
How did you meet these guys from San Antonio?
I met a lot of them locked up. I met a lot of them, you know, doing time. You know what I'm saying? We up there in what is those? The Garza East and the Garza West. If anybody ever been to them, they already know what they is. They predominantly Hispanic units. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's a 200-man dorm. You got 200-man dorm. You got probably 5 blacks on the wing. Probably got about four whites on the wing.
The rest are Hispanic.
The rest of them is Hispanics. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Shout out to all them boys that did time with us up there, know what it was. Cause man, listen, I'm talking about real time, bro. That's real time, bro. When you on a unit and real talk, I just hit the unit. I don't know what's happening, but when I just hit the unit, you know, you got, you know what I'm saying? The blacks on the unit can't even turn the TV because it's a vote thing, right? It's a vote thing when you come to the day room, and if you get outvoted, then it's gonna go on, you know, vote. So, I mean, you got to look at the day room, look at the numbers in the day room. You got 150 Hispanics and you got 4 blacks. If the blacks want to watch you know what I'm saying? If we want to watch basketball, you know what I'm saying? We getting outvoted. When I got to the unit, we had to change all them rules. All the rules had to change, whether it was 3 of us on the wing or not. Yeah, we had to check.
How can you being one person and being outnumbered change the rules?
Well, be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I can't just take all of the credit because a lot of the homies, you know what I mean? A lot of the homies that was with me, a lot of the homies, man, I can't remember all them boys' names, but y'all know who y'all is, man. A lot of the homies that was willing to put their life on the line for, you know, for what we stood for, man. You know what I'm saying? And we stood on that. We stood on business for real. We just had to stand on business, bro, because, you know,
So you'd have been stabbed a few times then.
yeah, I done been stabbed, boy.
Yeah, you had been stabbed a few times, KLuv.
Yeah, I done been stabbed. You know, I done been through at least over 14, 16 different rides, bro. I done been yeah, the majority about 16 different rides. So yeah,
That's a
I done
lot.
been stabbed. I done been, yeah, that's a part of,
Right.
you know, going through. But the part about it, I'm gonna tell you this. When I got stabbed, I didn't even get stabbed by the opposition because we on the unit Burning Hell. A lot of homies don't talk about that unit, but I'm gonna tell you, man.
Burning Hell, this in Texas.
It's called Burning Hell. We called it Burning Hell. Clemens over there in Missouri is where the youngsters was. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, them boy Kryptonite was over there.
Oh, shout out Kryptonite.
Shout out to that boy Kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? Set 'em up. The homies set 'em up. Lil G. All them little homies was over there, man. We was over there, man, set 'em up. I mean, hey man, listen, I'm telling you, we just did. I mean, at that time, bro, we was doing hard time because we was still into that young banging phase. You feel what I'm saying? So shit, nigga, we went right into the prison system with the same thing. You know what I mean? And once we found each other up in there, it was what it was. We linked up, loked up, kept that shit tight.
Let me ask you this, KLuv.
The police don't want you to know this, but the reason we always ask for your insurance first before your registration.
How did you get your cripping being in Fort Worth and being in Stop6?
Well, originally, you know what I'm saying? I got kicked out of all of the middle schools in Fort Worth. Facts check. Yeah, I got kicked out of all of the middle schools. Some of them I didn't go to. I didn't stay in that bitch but like one day. You know what I mean? I stayed in the school one day and get kicked out on some shit, whatever I did. You know what I'm saying? But eventually I ended up having to go to live with my dad. You know what I'm saying? My mom was the type, you know what I'm saying? She was the type that, you know what I'm saying, no matter what we did at the house, she wanted to make sure we all went to school. So no matter how many schools I got kicked out of, shout out to my mama, you know what I'm saying? She know I love you, you know what I'm saying? Love you, mama. But every middle school I went to, I got kicked out there. Every time I got kicked out of one of them schools, my mama found a way to get me in another school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She was just that determined to make sure that I got an education. But again, I made my own choices, you know what I'm saying? And my choices was the street and the game. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? She ended up sending me to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I was 12.
Las Vegas?
Las Vegas, Nevada. You know what I'm saying? We stayed in Butler Project. You know what I'm saying? Shit, my mama sent me to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I rode the plane. That was the first time I ever got on a plane, 12 years old by myself.
Mm-hmm.
My mama said, boy, you ain't scared? Nah, shit, you said my dad on the other end, huh? She said, yeah. I said, well, shit, yeah, I'm good. She got on the plane, whoop. When I got there, my old man was down there waiting on me. Shit. When I seen his hand throw up, you know, I knew I was good. Look, yeah,
right.
We here.
Right.
So shit. But I got a taste of the streets, you know what I mean? So
in Vegas.
I got a taste of the streets before I left. I left in the Butlers. With shout out to Seafish, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the homie. You know what I'm saying? Everybody over there in the Butler, you know, Crucian, all y'all homies.
Shout out Crucian.
What's up? Yeah. Curtis, yeah, y'all know what's happening over there. Let's see, Jap, German, you know, Jap, Rufus, you know what I'm saying? All y'all know what's happening over there in the Butlers. I got kicked out of the Butlers too, you know what I'm saying? We had to get on from over there because I don't know, you know, when I came back from Vegas with all that banging. You know
you got your cripping in Vegas.
Right. Well, I got introduced to cripping in Vegas. Well, when I got to Vegas, put it like this, when I got to Vegas, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to schools, I went to Fremont, you know what I'm saying? You know, and if anybody know about them schools, they know what's happening, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, they know, you know what I'm saying, what I was doing when I was up there. Had one of the baddest females in the school, you know how that go. You know what I'm saying? They come from out of town, swamp. You know how it is. Feel what I'm saying? She was a professional model. But Don Campbell, shout out to that boy. I'm looking for you, nigga. You know what's happening. This way back when I was 13 years old. His mom took me in when I was up there on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Her name was Sharon. Yeah. But they took me in and shit, man, shit. And
how'd you get to CRIP and KLuv in Vegas, man? Listen, man.
I'm out on the streets. You gotta hear.
Oh, you on the
Out
streets?
I'm 13 years out. I'm 13 years out. I'm 13 years old, my nigga. On the streets.
Where happened to your pops?
Where my old man used to work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He used to work a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? He used to work three jobs and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I only seen him like on Fridays. He'll pull up, break me off by $200. Then he burn off. But eventually my old man had got some bread. You know what I'm saying? Got together and he was like, shit, look out, son. He came to the CRIP house where I was. He was like, look out, son. I'm finna go. So I'm like, shit, all right. He was like, shit, you ain't going with me? I'm like, nah, I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you sure? Like, yeah, I'm sure. He said, you sure? At first he couldn't get in because my homies wouldn't let him in.
There's a CRIP house in Vegas.
Right, yeah. So they finally, I looked and seen who it was. I'm like, hold on, that's my dad. So I went outside, hollered at him. And once I hollered at him, he was like, say, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna go. I just hit for some bread. He had just hit for some big bread.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, man, I'm finna go home, man. What you gonna do? So I told him, I'm like, shit, I'm cool. He said, you sure? I said, yeah. He said, you sure? I said, yeah. He said, all right.
How old were you then?
I was 13.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 13. He said, you sure? Woo. Make a long story short, he burnt off, went back to Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? And goddamn me, I was on them street.